Michael Grinder here. Happy New Year 2022. Let's roll up our sleeves and figure out what we're going to do this year. Now, if I may, taking off the ceremonial hat, looking ahead, this particular clip is how to do New Year's resolutions for couples. But you know what happens if you even live near a gym? The parking lot is full for January. By the time it gets to February, that parking lot is back to where it was in December. So instead of doing New Year's resolution for the one day, for the whole year, I'm going to suggest, how about if we have a New Year's resolution for the first 4 months of the year? So let's look at January. If you want, no matter how long you've been together, curiosity makes a huge difference in terms of how you communicate with each other. There's a game. It's called the ungame. The ungame is there's no competition. It's a set of cards, and it's very easy to use. I put it in the glove compartment of our car. When we take a trip more than 45 minutes, we spend at least 20 minutes on this. Easy cards would be like, what's your favorite color? Hard cards might be, what would you like in your tombstone? Curiosity, January. If you would, put curiosity ungame cards on your calendar now. Then we get into February. What are you going to do in February? Well, we're recommending that you consider the idea of understanding the catness and the dogness in you and your partner. The dog wants to please like crazy. The cat goes, I deserve. So if I may, please consider understanding that in any relationship, the dog is going to be chasing the cat. So I'm the dog romantically in my relationship with Gail. In other areas, such as being creative, I'm a cat. So it's not like you're a dog or a cat. It's in relationship to the other person in a given context. So if you would, February, respect each other's vulnerability, especially of the dog. So just be gentle. When the dog is talking and you're the cat, be gentle. I promise you might be a dog in one context, but in another context, it could be very different. Let's get to March. March to me is one of my favorite months in terms of what we're going to recommend. We're going to recommend that you end up having a electronic free zone. You have time zones across America, across the world. Why don't we have the idea of electronic free time zones so that during certain hours, certain situations, you just don't do electronics. For someone to say, yeah, honey, I'm listening to you, go ahead. Yeah, you are getting the words, but you're not getting the heart. So if I may, please, for March, do electronic time-free zones, including when you're driving in the car, including, if I may, when you eat, no electronics. It makes a huge difference in terms of the communication. Let's get into April. April's the heavy month, sorry. It comes from the idea of John Gottman's book. I love the title, 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work. We do our February class, and it's based on this book. The name of our class is called To Love, to Honor, and to Negotiate. So you got to figure out, how do you handle those times where you got to communicate and it's not easy? The biggest thing I find is be careful of what's called dirty fighting. Dirty fighting is when you say any form of you always, and when you say that, the other person is very likely to go dirty fighting also. And they say, well, you always, you never. So when you hear always and never, what we recommend from John Gottman, take time out. Now, if I may, very unfair. Male's system is different than a female. Female can talk and have an easy time talking and finding words. When a male's gets too emotional, heartbeat above a certain level, he's got to take a break. Now, this may surprise you, ladies. 20 minutes minimum for him to calm down. You're not avoiding the fight. You're just bringing the level back down so that the male can actually communicate back and forth. So we have 4 months. Each month is a little bit different. January, curiosity. February, dog chases the cat. March, electronic free zone. April, try to be careful of the always and never dirty fighting. And if you want, extra? Two things. One is think about compatibility. I love this t-shirt. What it does is it shows a toilet paper roll, one done one way, one done the other. Is that compatibility? It is on some level. So try to figure out what is compatibility in terms of curiosity, who's chasing whom, the idea of electronic free zone, and the idea of fair fighting. Michael Grinder here. Make a 4-month resolution for the year 2022. Thank you very much.